The video I'm going to bring to you, not one of my typical videos, but a typical video in my niche of fitness and nutrition and overall well-being. So we're going to talk about how to biohack your body with PPAR agonists. If you guys don't know, PPAR agonists, they are peroxisome proliferator activated receptors that are found in our body. So what are PPAR agonists? They play a role in our gene expression, and are also, like I said, involved in biological processes, including metabolism and inflammation. They are type 2 nuclear receptors, like I said before. However, I'm going to be talking also about medications that activate PPAR agonists and the lifestyle you might have to live to help you lose fat, to help you build muscle. If you have type 2 diabetes and you're pre-diabetic, to somehow help slow that down and reverse it. So, what do PPAR agonists really do? They regulate energy homeostasis, insulin sensitivity, they enhance your glucose metabolism, and enhance fatty acid metabolism, which means that you are going to generally feel like you have more energy once you start using your fat rather than your carbohydrates for fuel. They increase insulin sensitivity. Your blood sugar is not going to be going up and down and spiking all day. It's going to be staying neutral, the same. It's not going to be going up, not down. It's going to be staying consistently the same, which can, in long term, help increase your insulin sensitivity, which can help reduce insulin resistance, which is good if you're pre-diabetic or you're diabetic. Enhance your glucose metabolism and increase fatty acid metabolism through a process known as lipolysis, which means that you're going to be breaking down more body fat rather than your glucose, rather than your carbohydrates that are stored in your liver and your muscles. A drug that does contain PPAR agonists, or that I would say activates PPAR agonists. It's called cardarine GW50516. It's a metabolic modulator and it changes how the body uses fat. It's really interesting because it basically tricks the body into using its stored body fat through the process of lipolysis while increasing your endurance because of the fact they're using fat. The cool part is you also get to keep, your muscles are also going to be fully loaded with glycogen, which is awesome because you're going to be having more energy in the gym while your glycogen isn't going to be depleted. However, you're going to be burning more fat at the same time. It helps lower LDL cholesterol and raise HDL cholesterol. And you get an endurance increase by up to 216%. Studies are not fully valid, as I've mentioned, but it does have an endurance effect. I've taken cardarine 10 milligrams a day in the morning, an hour before my workout. And I will tell you, I do feel the endurance increase. It is just insane. So this drug is pretty cool. But there are some drawbacks to this drug. There's a lack of research because they used to study this drug until they had to completely cancel and dismantle all the research because pancreatic cancer, was found in mice after using this drug. However, I would say these studies are completely invalid and not ethical because these mice with a lifespan of 3 years were given cardarine for, I think it was about 80 weeks. For 2/3 of their life, they were given cardarine at a dose of 20 times what you're supposed to ingest. Imagine a human getting cardarine for 60 years at a dose of 140 milligrams. That would be insane. That would be insane. Anything you take too much is going to cause some unwanted side effects, which I think is what happened to the mice. And there's a clear picture at the bottom right that shows before and after their pancreas and the increase in pancreatic cancer. As usual, I would always say go the natural route. The natural route is the best way and the safest way you can always go. And this is because, you're going to be least risking, obviously, your cancer. Let's say you do have cancer, cardarine might speed up the endurance of those cancer cells, not just of your healthy cells, but of the cancer cells, which again could be a risk. It really could be a risk if you do have already cancer in your organs. So, foods that increase PPAR agonist activation: fish oil and thiamine oil, because thiamine oil is actually I can't even pronounce some of these words. Cavacoral, which is actually believed to lead to PPAR alpha and gamma activation, which can help in turn burn body fat rather than your carbohydrates. Also, vitamin A and D, and this is because vitamin D is it's literally a steroid hormone, which can help your body in turn burn body fat, increase testosterone, and yeah, also vitamin A found in beef liver and foods like that. And I mentioned all, the vitamins, the healthy fats, and what do you think this is leading up to? Ketosis. Ketosis. Ketosis is your best bet for burning stored body fat rather than your carbohydrates, because all you're going to be doing is eating body fat. All you're going to be doing is eating fat, which means that fat and protein, which means that in turn you're going to be able to, I would say, burn body fat. Simple as that. Your body's going to be running off of its own fuel rather than running off of carbohydrates that you just ate an hour ago. There's going to be fat for your body to burn. Also, I would say grapefruit and leandrol, which is actually found in certain wheat strains like Granddaddy Purple, can help increase the pathways of PPAR, delta and gamma activation. Little stuff like that. Dark, 100% dark chocolate can help increase PPAR delta and gamma activation. Little things like that can help increase that and burn fat. And a lot of people don't realize that because, they read, how to lose fat, be in a calorie deficit. Yeah, calorie deficit is always going to work. But you also have to look at the fact that how do your hormones respond to eating, certain foods that you shouldn't. It's not just all about being in a calorie deficit. It's also about making sure your freaking insulin isn't going up, going down, going up, and going up the whole time. Eat 2,000 calories of Starbursts and eat 2,000 calories of protein. Your body's going to burn more body fat and be healthier eating the protein, not the Starbursts. Simply because Starburst is just sugar. Your body's going to be fueling off of that, not the protein. So, yeah, ketosis would be your best bet for increasing PPAR agonist activation in your body. And I just want to go back to make the point about cardarine. Like I said, I've taken it before and it's done some incredible things. It's helped with my body composition, my endurance. Overall, I would say, feels pretty anabolic. However, it's not a steroid and it's not a SARM. It's neither of those. It's a PPAR delta agonist. That's all it is. People think that you have to have steroids and SARMs and those are the only ways you can build muscle and burn body fat, but no. There's a lot of there's a lot of different pathways for your body to build muscle and burn body fat, including MK677, SR9011, all these compounds. They don't require, a PCT afterwards or any of that. Like cardarine doesn't suppress your testosterone. Doesn't do any of that. Like I said, there hasn't been a lot of research, but from what I know, from what I've experienced, it does not suppress your testosterone at all. Because it doesn't work on your anabolic and your androgen receptors like SARMs do. What do you think SARMs stand for? Selective androgen receptor modulators. I don't know why it says SARMs on the bottle, but I do. Because with MK677, SR9011, cardarine, like GW50516, they classify all those in the category of SARMs, but they're not really SARMs because they don't modulate your androgen receptors. They just put them in that category. So whatever people say, don't believe that they're SARMs because they're not. So yeah, that's the end of the video. And yeah, hopefully you guys like that and keep up.